The tablet is made from rock-solid basalt. It is thought to be one of the pieces Prophet Solomon, peace be upon him, ordered the jinn to make. He's Prophet Moses, peace be upon him. The Antichrist is here right now, but with both eyes intact. Unravels a secret known only to prophets. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful, and peace and prayers be on our Prophet and his companions and followers. Once again, I shall present to you the extraordinary and astonishing archaeological piece, the historical tablet known as the Tablet of Moses, peace be upon him, and the Antichrist, as-Samiri. We have announced the existence of this tablet for the first time in the 9th Annual Conference for Arab Archaeologists, held on the 12th and 13th of November 2006 at the University of Cairo in Egypt. This tablet, which dates back to 3,000 years ago, is made of rock-solid basalt and is believed to have been found somewhere in the southern part of Syria or by the ruins of the Jews who resided in the city of Medina. It is also believed to have been made by one of the jinn, as was requested by Prophet Solomon, peace be upon him. The events that are portrayed in the tablet through the slide could be known only to a messenger of God. As God mentioned in the Holy Quran, they worked for him as he desired, making arches, images, basins as large as reservoirs, and cooking cauldrons fixed in their places. Work ye, sons of David, with thanks, but few of my servants are grateful. The tablet portrays the right side profile of the face of Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, among 9 other images, each of which appears whenever the tablet is turned into a different position. One of these images represents the Antichrist, that evil of whom all prophets of God had warned their nations, but none had described in detail the way Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, did to his nation, since it is believed that Muslims will be the nation to have the honor of fighting face to face with this great evil. As for the previous nations, it was enough just to tell them to avoid evil in whatever form or shape. However, since the time has almost come for the Antichrist to emerge and claim deity, it has become mandatory for those who believe in the one and only God in heaven to know who he is, what he looks like, where he will come from, and who his followers are. As such, the appearance of this tablet, at this time in particular, is intended to bring things into perspective. Let's turn to the tablet. But before we begin explaining the tablet and its contents, I would like to point out that the maker and engraver of this tablet was able to subjugate a substance such as hard basalt in order to record events lived through by Moses, peace be upon him, and his people, using symbolic images. As you can see, the tablet is packed with images that, when placed in vertical position A, an image along with parts appear, and if rotated 180 degrees into position B, another image with other parts seems to appear. Likewise, if the tablet is placed in a horizontal position C, a new image appears. If rotated 180 degrees horizontally into position D, other images and parts also appear. This pattern, this advanced technique, has no parallel whatsoever in the world of archaeology. The tablet is placed vertically in position A with dimensions 30 centimeters wide, 45 centimeters high, and 10 centimeters thick, and is engraved and inscribed so that all of its particles are clear and projected. This tablet is a mixture of images and letters. What we observe right now are the letters which come together to form the top part of a man's head with the right side profile facing this way. These letters form the head or some sort of a head cover. The forehead, eyebrows, eye, the nose, the cheek, mouth, the chin, and the lower part of a beard. He appears to be a tough man in his 60s. A small snake with tiny eyes sitting on the man's cheek has been precisely and professionally made, and as you can see, the resemblance is uncanny. Below the snake, if you look closely, you can see the hair on the man's beard. Then there is the neck, as you can see. The beard has merged with the right side profile of a decapitated cow's head, as if we were actually looking at a real decapitated cow's head. Hence, we have used a right side profile of a real cow to show you the resemblance. Back to the tablet. I truly believe that this face here belongs to Moses, peace be upon him, for the following reasons. First of all, the man in the image seems to be tough, rough, and of power. This is one of the traits of Moses, peace be upon him, as was mentioned in the Holy Quran. There is the story when a man from amongst Moses' people had a fight with one of the pharaohs. Moses, peace be upon him, approached the latter and with a single strike took him out, killing him. Imagine, with a single strike he killed him, as stated in the verse. And he entered the city at a time when its people were not watching, and he found there two men fighting, one of his own people and the other of his foes. Now the man of his own people appealed to him against his foe, and Moses struck him with his fist and made an end of him. He said, "This is a work of evil, for he is an enemy that manifestly misleads." On another occasion, Moses, peace be upon him, had helped the two girls, believed to be Prophet Shu'aib's daughters, get some water out of the well for their sheep by pulling the cover off of the well on his own, although it was known that it was impossible for any less than a few men to do so. And the thought of a single man doing that all by himself is amazing. When they got home, one of the girls asked her father to hire him. Says one of the damsels, "O you, father, engage him on wages. Truly the best of men for thee to employ is the man who is strong and trusty." Another example is the story of Prophet Muhammad's ascendance to heavens when he told his companions that he saw Moses, peace be upon him, whom he described as رَجُلٌ ضَرْبٌ رَجِلٌ. A darb is a man who is well built with a fit body and bulky muscles. As for the term rajilun, it refers to a man with wavy hair. He also said that Moses, peace be upon him, resembled those from Shanua, a Yemeni tribe whose men were known for their tall bodies and sullen, frowning faces. If you look closely, you can see that. Additional evidence is from the story of Moses, peace be upon him, and the snake. He was the only prophet with a snake as his miracle. Moses' snake transformed into a rod on a number of occasions. Then Moses threw his rod, and behold, it was a serpent, plain for all to see. Further in the story of the slaughtered cow, mentioned in detail in chapter 2, the longest chapter in the Holy Quran, God had commanded Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, to order his people to slaughter a cow in order to unravel a mysterious homicide which was committed in the days of Prophet Moses, peace be upon him. And remember, Moses said to his people, Allah commands that ye sacrifice a heifer. So that head was engraved in such a manner to show the two bones in the throat whenever the head of a cattle is decapitated. Other evidence is the presence of the letters right there. There are 8 readings to these Thamudic letters. The Thamudic script is a northern variant of the South Arabian script. It was used to write the Thamudic language, a South Semitic language related to Arabic, in northern Arabia and part of the peninsula. The closest of these readings to the original was that by Professor Yahya Ababne of Ancient Languages. He translated these letters as a sharp man with tremendous knowledge and a lisp. It has been known throughout history that Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, had a lisp in his tongue with evidence from the Holy Quran. Moses said, "O my Lord, expand me my breast, ease my task for me, and remove the impediment from my speech, so they may understand what I say. And my brother Aaron, he is more eloquent in speech than I." On another occasion, the Pharaoh told his people that his speech was much more eloquent than that of Moses, peace be upon him, referring to the latter as inarticulate. The story doesn't stop here though.